Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing waterproof makeup look. And this look is sweatproof, waterproof, summerproof, heatproof. This is armor. This is armor. And most of you probably know, but if you don't, I actually relocated from LA to Las Vegas two summers ago. And when I first got here, I was like not at all prepared for how hot it is here. And like legit, I think the day that I moved, it was like 117. So I had to learn real quick what products were waterproof, because in the summers, if you don't use waterproof makeup, like your makeup is a mess by the end of the day if you're going to spend any time outside at all. So I figured it out, and these products, most of them are the products that I use when I need waterproof makeup. I use them throughout the Vegas summers. There are a couple of products that are newer to me, the concealer, the eyeliner, but most of the stuff I've been using and I love. So, but definitely the technique that I use is the technique. So I wanted to do this for anybody who loves a full beat and loves to be super glam, but in the summertime feels like they can't because it's too hot. If you're not into the BB cream minimalist look and you want this, it's achievable. And that's the point of this video, because we are in the middle of summer and it is hot AF outside. Just an FYI, I did film this 2 days ago and I went to edit it yesterday and my sound was messed up. So I'm refilming this portion of the program using the exact same steps, the exact same makeup, creating the exact same look. The wear test took place 2 days ago. Just so that you guys know, if things don't look like they match up, like my wings don't look identical to the wear test, that's because the wear test was done on Sunday and today is Tuesday, because I had a sound issue and I had to scrap all that footage, which is kind of a bummer. But I wanted to get this video for you, and I did wear test all of these products, so you will see that at the end of the video. We're going outside in 100-degree heat. I'm going to do cardio. I'm going to sweat. I spent like 45 minutes out there, and then I'm going to show you the products after that happens. So if you guys want to see my favorite waterproof, tried and true products and see me create this look and wear test it for you, then keep on watching. So I don't exactly have a waterproof primer, but I am going to go in with this new one from IT Cosmetics, Your Skin But Better. It's a makeup gripping base, so I'm hoping, because it's going to grip the makeup, it says that it has all-day grip technology. So I think, you know, since I'm putting waterproof products on top of it, it'll be fine. Also going to be filling my pores with the Tatcha Silk Canvas because I have to. But again, since I'm putting waterproof foundation on top, I think it's going to be just fine. For foundation today, I'm actually mixing two. The waterproof version is the Urban Decay All Nighter. This is full coverage and it's matte. So if you don't want it to be full coverage, then I would recommend mixing in a beauty oil with it to kind of cut it down, and that will thin it out and make it a little bit less full. And then if you want it to be less matte, I recommend mixing in something like L'Oreal Pro Glow or a dewier foundation with it, so that you're doing half and half, and that will make this appear a lot more natural of a finish. I go in, I know this shade looks really dark, or I go in with L'Oreal Pro Glow, and I usually keep this on hand. This is in the shade Cocoa, and I use it kind of as a darkener for the summer months. When I'm really tan, this isn't going to match me. This is shade 4.0, and it doesn't match me, so I'll use this. I'll mix it in with any of my matte foundations, any of my foundations really, to use it as a color matcher. So that actually works out perfectly in this situation. So I'll take some of the all-nighter And then I usually start with like a couple drops. And then I'll mix it together and kind of see what shade I've got. And then I'll match it to my skin. So I've got something like this. Now keep in mind that the All Nighter foundation does oxidize. So if you're trying to pick a shade, I would recommend putting it on your arm in the store and then like walking around and shopping and then waiting like 15 minutes. And then you'll see kind of what your shade is. But I think this is going to match me pretty good. So I'm going to just apply it. And I like to make sure that I'm getting my eyes and everything too, because I'm just going to put waterproof product after waterproof product on my eyes so that my eye makeup for sure will not go anywhere. Yeah, and I think that matches me pretty good because obviously my face is a lot lighter than my body. So this is what it looks like. This is the combination I will always use when I want waterproof foundation because I know this works. Like it's been tried and tested and approved for being waterproof. So I just love it. And as you can see, like there's a sheen to my skin happening. So that Pro Glow added just enough luminosity to make it look more like skin than this will on its own. So for concealer, I'm going in with something a little bit newer to me, and that is the Infallible Full Wear Concealer from L'Oreal. Now, this shade is a little too light for me, but we're going to use it anyways. I've tried it already once, and I tested it, and it is in fact waterproof. It's kind of amazing. It has a little bit of a scent, kind of like the foundation does. And that's annoying, but this is like so light. But we're going to ignore that. Just because I want you guys to see how water resistant these products are. So you can see that is very light. I'm just going over it, the edges with the other side of my blender just to mix it more in with my foundation. And when I put on powder and bronzer and all that, it will look fine. I do need a shade darker for the summer, and this is in the shade Vanilla, I believe. Yeah, it's Vanilla. So I need the shade darker than that. But for powder, I don't have anything waterproof, so I'm just going to be using the translucent veil from Hourglass because I love this powder. And I find it's less important what powders you put on than creams. If your creams are waterproof, you're good to go. And also, the setting spray is going to be waterproof as well. All right, and I'm just going to take a fluffy brush and I'm just going to take a tiny bit of powder from the cap. And you don't need to do this at all because the Urban Decay foundation is self-setting, but I do it anyway just because. For bronzer, I'm going to be going in with the Rimmel Waterproof Bronzing Powder in Sun Bronze. When I found out this was waterproof, it blew my mind. And when I first moved here to Vegas, this was the only bronzer I used, and it is waterproof, sweat-proof, and will stay on your face. So I think that's pretty amazing. I'm just going in with this brush here from the BH Cosmetics Back to Brazil collection. Like, look how pretty that is. Aside from being waterproof, it's just such a beautiful color, and it really looks like the sun, I think. At least on my skin tone. I don't know. I think they have other shades in this. Like, that is so pretty. Like, so even though this concealer is really light, the bronzer really makes it come together. And then for blush, I don't have a waterproof blush, but what I've always used is this blush from Tarte, and this is in the shade Exposed. It's their Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush. And it's long wear for a blush, which is rare, so I just use that, and it always seems to work out fine. And it's a really pretty color that will go with just about anything. And I'm just going to go in with a clean brush and just kind of blend it into my bronzer a little bit. And then I'm going to just blend out my bronzer. Okay, highlight is another product that I don't exactly have anything waterproof per se, but I have a method that makes my highlights stay on. So I'm just going to show you that. So what I like to do is layer a powder on top of a cream. And I usually will use this Cover FX. Ooh, what did I get all over myself? I will usually use this Cover FX Custom Enhancer Drops in the shade Moonlight. I use these. I like these because they won't disrupt your foundation even after you put your powders on. And I'll show you how I do it. So I usually take it on my finger. Like I'll take a good amount, like so. And then I will rub my fingers and really warm it up. And then I just start tapping it on. And it just melts on top without disturbing any of the powders underneath. And it looks really natural-ish. So then I'm going to go in with a tiny bit more, and I'm just going to put it a little bit up here and wrap it around my brows. It's definitely the heating of the fingers that makes it melt into the skin so easy and makes it really just blend in and not disrupt the powders. Like that looks so pretty. So this way we don't look super powdery. We look dewy and glowy even though we have powder on. So for the powder highlight, I'm also going in with a Cover FX product. This is their Perfector Face palette, and it is in medium light, I think. Light medium. And the highlight is called Starlight. I use this all the time. It's this one right here. And I feel like it just gives a very kind of natural-ish sheen to the skin. It's not really natural, but it's not metallic-y. It's just very glowy. So I find when I combine these two together, it's just gorgeous. And it doesn't look powdered at all. It just looks like part of your skin. And I didn't put any liquid in the center of my face, but I probably normally would. And it doesn't draw any attention to texture or lines or anything like that. So that's really why I like the Cover FX ones. That's so pretty. So that is the base. Let me wipe the lips. And then I always take my Urban Decay All-Nighter Setting Spray. This stuff is key. It has temperature control technology, which will definitely help in the sun. This will melt the powders in further to the skin, and it almost makes the powders a little bit waterproof, especially when the powder is now combined with the foundation and all the other products that are waterproof. So I'm going to let that dry. All right, so we laid down our eyeshadow primer base using the concealer, and that's waterproof. So we're going to move to brows. So I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Brow Blade and the Brow Finish. These are both waterproof. By the way, the Benefit Precisely My Brow is also waterproof, but I'm out of it. So we're just going to use the spoolie. And the shade on this pencil that I'm using is Cafe Kitty. All right, so now we're going to go in with the brow gel. This is just in the shade Ozone, which is clear. And this is like all-nighter setting spray, but for your brows. Like your brows are not moving once you have this on. All right, so for eyeshadows, we're gonna do something that, at least for me, is always super intimidating, which is work with cream products. But when I tell you these are awesome and super easy to work with, these are the Makeup Forever Aqua XL Color Paints. I have 4 shades here. I'm going to tell you these are very expensive. I'm not going to lie. Can't sugarcoat it. But they're awesome. They really, really work. So I'm going to show you. Once these are so waterproof, like once they're on you, like they're on you, okay? So I'm going in first with the shade M56. Now all the shades are labeled by the finish. So M is obviously matte. So I'm just gonna use it by taking some on the back of my hand. And I'm going to take this brush here. This is a synthetic brush. This is from Il Makiage. It's a detail blending brush. And I'm just gonna pick up some of the color. And I'm just going to kind of start pressing it on. And you don't want to go too heavy-handed. And my swipes are very, very light pressure swipes because I'm just kind of moving the product around at the moment and creating like whatever shape I want it to be. And I went a bit too far over. I just want to keep the darker color concentrated on the outside of my eye. Like, but see how easy that is? So easy. So don't worry about if you're a little bit sloppy because we're going to go in with powders after. But these are so good. They don't crease and they don't budge and they blend really super easy. So I like them, and a little goes a very long way, so you don't need very much product. The thing is if you buy one of these, you will have it forever. Like, you're not going to go through this product. So now what I'm going to do is kind of wipe off my brush in this color switch just to get any remaining product off. And then I'm going to kind of just buff out these edges a little bit. Just a little. Because like I said, we are going to go in with powder. So good. All right. So next I'm going to take this shade called M60. And this is a much deeper brown. And I'm only taking a tiny bit. And this one, I'm like literally going to dunk my brush real quick in it. And I'm just going to deepen up the outer corner to add a little bit of depth and slowly build this color up because you definitely don't want to go too ham. And I'm just kind of stippling it. And that stippling is going to just fade it up into the other color. So there we are with that. So next we're going to take this shade called I-42. And this is, I stands for iridescent. So this is a shimmery shade. And it's kind of a little bit on the golden coppery side. And I am taking kind of a decent amount of this in a flat concealer brush. And I'm just going to swipe this on. And I'm taking it all the way up to where, as high as the other color. Like all the way up into my crease. And then you can use your finger to sort of blend it into the brown. Like so. So easy. And lastly, I am taking I-50, which is a bit more champagne right here. Same brush, just kind of swiping it in my color switch. And then I'm just going into the inner part of my lid and then up into the crease. You can cut the crease with these if you want. You just gotta kind of be quick about it. Kinda. But I'm not going to cut or anything. I'm just kind of just painting them on. So here's what we've got so far. Now, I just love these. I just really do. You can let this dry and leave it as is if you want. I am going to take a little like pencil brush, and I am going to take our first crease color, and I'm going to like tap, and then I'm going to lightly buff along the lower lash line in sweeping motions, but very like feathery, you know, like very light pressure so that it blends while it applies. So I don't want to get crazy, but we do need something on the lower lash line, and we definitely need something waterproof. And if you have too much product, if you've picked too much up, just swirl your brush on your hand and then go back in. Perfect. So that just gave us a good amount of smoke. You can go in with the darker shade on the outer corners if you want, but I'm not going to get crazy because I want to put powders on top just to make everything pop a little bit more. So like I said, I mean, these come in so many colors, like blue, red, black, white, orange, you know, so you can really create anything you want with them. Or you could just get one shade and use it as a base and then put colors on top of it in powder form. So kind of set it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to recreate kind of this vibe with a little bit of powder. And so it'll kind of set everything down, and then if it was to fade, I'll have this underneath. So I'm going to take my Urban Decay Game of Thrones palette, and I'm just going in with the shade Nymeria and a different brush. And I'm just going to lightly go over the edges of the darker brown just to add a little bit more warmth, but also just to make it look a little bit more blended on the edges. Just like that, super easy. I'm not going over the darker part, just like the edge. Like that's it. So good. And then I'm going into my Stellar Collision palette. I'm going to take this shade right here. These don't have names, but I'm going in with that same concealer brush that I use to apply the liquids. And I'm going to put this on top of the inner part of my lid. You can also do this with your finger if you want. So, which will make it look even more shimmery. But if you can see the difference between the two, it just gives it like more oomph, you know, just a little bit more of a pop. Then I'm going to take this golden shade right here, and I'm going in with the same brush, and I'm just going to paint it over the center all the way up to the top. And blend it in to the lighter and the darker shades. Like so. So it just gives it a little more depth, a little more dimension, a little more shimmer. All right, so that is it for the shadows. Now, this isn't going anywhere. Like, I'm going to show you, because I'm going to wear this outside in 100 degrees, sweat for an hour or 45 minutes or whatever it is, and I'm going to show you that it looks perfect. For my inner corner, I actually didn't put anything, but I think I'm going to go in with a little bit of this shade here in this palette, King's Landing. It's just like a yellow gold shade. And I'm just going to just pop that in for shits and gigs. So next I'm going to do a wing, and I'm going to be using this Flash Cat Eye pen from L'Oreal. This is waterproof, and it has this little thingy on the cap that slides out, and it works as a stencil to help you draw your wing, which I think is super cool. I need 2 hands to do this, so let's see if I can do it and still get it on camera. Okay. Oh, my finger's in the way. So I like to use it just for drawing the end. I'm probably not going to be able to do this wing on camera, so let me just put on the wing and I'll be right back. Okay, wings are on. I like this eyeliner a lot. Like a lot. And I think sitting at my actual vanity and being able to use it in my mirror and my angles and all that will be much better. So the last thing is going to be lashes. I don't have any. Actually, no, I have to do a lip. I'm going to throw on some lashes. I don't have anything like waterproof per se for lashes, but because this liner is waterproof, the glue will adhere to it, and I think that it's less likely to come off. So if you're ever in a situation where you want to wear lashes and you need them to be waterproof, I really recommend using a good waterproof liner to adhere them to. So I'm going to do that, and I'll be right back, and we'll finish with the lips. Okay, you guys, so lashes are on. I do want to mention that I did use liners in my waterline. I went in with the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On liners in the shade Double Life, which I went in kind of 2/3. And then I went in with Lannister Gold, and I went in kind of on the inner part just to keep my eyes looking more open. These are waterproof, and they're my favorite liners, like my favorite liner formula ever. So, yeah, I did that. And then I threw on lashes. I used the House of Lashes Pixie Luxe Lash that I tried in the Shop My Stash video, which I think looks so pretty. And for lip, I'm going to be going in with my favorite lip liner. Where is it? Is my camera crooked, you guys? It looks crooked right now. Hold on. Was it crooked the whole time? I think it's still crooked, but you know what? We're going to live with it. So my favorite lip liner is the L'Oreal Color Riche Matte Lip Liner. I'm using the shade Mastermind, which is a pinky nude. I've been talking about this a ton lately, and it's waterproof. So whatever lip we put on top of it is kind of irrelevant, because when it fades, this is what's going to be underneath. So I will fill in my whole lip, but isn't this, like, the shade is so pretty, and I think it just looks so good with, like, the bronzy vibes. But I am going to go in with this Youngblood lipstick in Barely Nude, which is pretty much the same color as the lip liner. So this is the finished look. So waterproof. You cannot get through this armor, okay? I am going to go do cardio. I'm going to sweat. It's 100 degrees outside. I'm going to take you guys along, and then we're going to check in, and I'm going to show you how my makeup looks at the end of the day. So I will see you guys in a bit. Okay, you guys, so here we go. We are off. This is what the makeup looks like in the sunlight. Isn't it like, you know, that Pro Glow and the serum tint really do make the skin look glowy instead of super matte, because I'll tell you what, that all-nighter is super matte. But do you see how kind of dewy and glowy my skin is looking right now? About to get into a good shot of sun. So here we go. Looks good, man. No filters. No nothing. The eye look looks really good too. I'm living right now. So anyway, I'm doing my cardio. And it is hot as balls right now. And I got my little hat on. Got sunscreen on. And I'm going to put sunglasses on. So let's see how this foundation withstands the sunglass marks too. That ought to be interesting. Okay, I just got back. I'm like rolling up to my house right now, so I just wanted to get in this sunlight I'll give you guys a close-up look of how the makeup looks. I've been gone for about 40 minutes. I'm sweating balls. I don't know if you can see it on my clothes. I'm like sweating. But my makeup, I think, looks good. I can't really tell right now in this light, but we'll go inside and take a look-see. All right, so I just took my hat off. Here's how we're looking. It looks pretty good. Everything is still like very dewy because I'm sweating, so I feel like I need to let it settle down for like a few minutes and dry, and then I need to go look under my studio lights, because then I'm looking in the camera and I can't like see detail, so I feel like I need to go look in my mirror and maybe in my studio lights or something to see. But I just wanted to show you, this is what it looks like right now when I just walked through the door and just got back, and I don't think it looks very bad. I mean, my bronzer is still there, my blush is still there, my highlight is still popping, my shadows look amazing, lips are there. Concealer is what I want to see. I can see the little sunglasses marks right there. I want to see what the concealer did and if the concealer held up, because today's my first time using it. My liner looks strong though. No smudges that I can see on my mascara. So I'll check in with you guys in a bit. Okay, so we are back in my studio. Holy shit balls, you guys. My face looks flawless. Even my lashes are still like perfectly attached, which is pretty awesome. I don't know, I wonder if it's because the eyeliner is waterproof that the glue, like there's no rubbing of the eyeliner, so the glue is staying there. I don't know. The eyeshadow looks perfection. My concealer, I had the sunglasses like marks right there, but, and it does look like a little bit has shifted right there, just a tiny bit, but like when I pat my finger in, it like goes away. So it's like nothing, it's not that deep. Everywhere else, like my concealer, like all here, it's perfect. It doesn't look like I was even outside. I mean, I knew the foundation. I've tested the foundation in waterproof situations, like in the heat, in the sun, in the fucking pool. Like, I've tested this foundation and I know that it's waterproof. This concealer today was the very first time using it, and I'm blown away. It looks awesome. It looks awesome. And then obviously my lips are still perfect. The lipstick is pretty much gone. That's like straight up lip liner, I think. I think the lipstick kind of melted away, but that's okay. I mean, what is that? What is that? Oh, it's just, oh, is there a mark there? Am I missing a piece of liner right there? It looks like there's a, doesn't it look like there's a piece of liner missing right there? Did I flake it off? Maybe I rubbed my eye and it flaked off. I don't know. That's weird, but anyway, I think it held up really good. I am very impressed. I mean, the bronzer looks beautiful. The blush is still there. The highlight is still beautiful. So good, so good. My brows look exactly the same. Like nothing, those things are like hair sprayed on. Like that stuff from Urban Decay is like Aquanet on your brows. I'm really living. And the eye look is what's got me shooketh, because the shadows haven't budged. And I think because they're adhering to all of the layers of waterproofness, I put foundation on, I put the concealer on, then I put the waterproof cream shadows on, and then I put powder on top. And like, those powders haven't moved at all. And I feel like I just love this eye look. I love this eye look, and I love the makeup. I love all of it. Super happy with this. What waterproof makeup works. I mean, I don't know if I dunk my face in a pool, but I don't really want to do that today. And if I were to do that, I wouldn't wear lashes because for sure the lashes are going to come off and look janky. Like, if you're going to go swimming, don't put lashes on. But for the purposes of the summer heat, all of this makeup is 100% sweat-proof, heat-proof, waterproof. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit the bell so you never miss when I upload a video. You can follow me on social. My handle is @GlamLatte. And don't forget, the Glam Latte Beauty Podcast is on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, CastBox, and iHeartRadio. All those details are in the description box down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.
I just wanna hold you. I just wanna look into your eyes and tell you that I want you.